Hello everybody, today's lesson will be poetry. Today we are going to deal with Maya Angelou's poem, Caged Bird. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to: Number 1, identify any irregular poem. Number 2, analyze its component parts. Number 3, you will be able to predict its main theme. And finally, you will be able to analyze the symbolism found in it. As a start or a lead-in, I want you to compare the two photos found in front of you. The one on the left is a photo of a free bird flying freely in the sky, while the photo on the right is of a caged bird. Let's compare these two photos also. The photo on the left is of the Liberty Statue found in the United States of America, while the photo on the right is of a black African American woman. Please watch the two photos carefully and tell me the difference, especially regarding the source of light found in the hand of each woman. Let's move to two different photos. The photo on the left is of some white American citizens, while the photo on the right is of some black African American citizens. Watch the difference in their looks and in their mood. I'd like to give you some background information about the poet Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was born in 1928 and died 2014. She was an American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry. She is credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Caged bird. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The most important literary device used by Maya Angelou in this poem is symbolism. We have 2 main symbols in this poem, the free bird and the caged bird. The free bird symbolizes the white Americans. They are free to do as they please. Dips his wing. They have full control over everything. Leaps on the back of the wind. While the caged bird symbolizes the black Americans. They are captives, slaves, and restricted. They are oppressed and confined stalks down his narrow cage. In addition, the free bird or the white Americans are greedy. They want to seize everything. He dares to claim the sky. On the other hand, the caged bird or the black Americans are dissatisfied with being slaves. They do not possess anything, even their freedom. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. Moreover, the free bird or the white Americans are opportunists, and they make use of any opportunity like the fat worms waiting on a dome-bright lawn. They live enjoyable and carefree lives, things of another breeze. Whereas the caged bird or the black Americans, they have no opportunities and no dreams, grave of dreams. They live miserable lives, things with a fearful thrill. Now let's discuss the genre of this poem. It is an irregular symbolic poem. The symbolism in this poem can be summarized in: a free bird is a symbol of freedom, superiority, and domination, while a caged bird is a symbol of oppression, confinement, slavery, inferiority, submission, and helplessness. As we have mentioned before, this poem is an irregular, lyrical, symbolic poem. Its main theme is: freedom is a human right, while slavery, oppression, and confinement are inhumane vices. Another theme is resistance to racial discrimination and racism. Regarding the form and the structure of this poem, the poem consists of 38 lines and 6 stanzas, and it has a refrain, as stanza 3 is the same as stanza 5. Shifting to the tone used in this poem, the tone of the poem changes due to diction. Diction means language. In stanza 1, we have a playful tone. In stanza 2, we have an angry and bitter tone. In stanza 3, we have a frustrating tone. And in stanza 4, we have a positive tone. And finally, in stanza 6, we have a depressing tone. Throughout history, there has been racial segregation between the white race and the black race. Barriers between the two races started to exist. The poem Caged Bird was written in 1983 after the Civil Rights Movement from 1954 to 1968 that was asking for the equal rights of individuals globally. Now, dears, let's analyze together the figures of speech found in this poem. The first figure of speech is a metaphor. There is a metaphor in the line, "A free bird leaps on the back of the wind." Here, the wind is compared to a water stream. The free bird is leaping on the back of the wind as if it is floating itself on the surface of a water stream. The second metaphor is found in the line, "and dares to claim the sky." Here, the sky is compared to a concrete thing that can be possessed or seized. The third metaphor is found in the line, "but a bird that stalks down his narrow cage." Here, the caged bird is compared to a prisoner who walks angrily in his prison, and America is compared to a prison. The fourth metaphor is found in "can seldom see through his bars of rage." Here, rage or extreme anger is compared to a prison that has bars. The fifth metaphor is found in the line, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied. Here, the confinement of the black people in America is compared to the entrapment of a caged bird, and America itself is compared to a trap. The sixth and the last metaphor is found in the line, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn. Here, the greedy white people are compared to fat worms that used to exploit others. Now let's move to the personifications. Personification number 1 can be seen in the line, so he opens his throat to sing. Here, the caged bird is personified as a person who can sing. Personification number 2 can be found in the phrase the sighing trees. The sighing trees. Here, trees are personified as people who sigh. The third personification can be found in the line, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. Here, the bird's shadow is personified as a human who can shout. We have only one hyperbole in the line, and it dares to claim the sky. There is an exaggeration meant to convey the meaning that the greed of the white people is limitless. They want to seize everything, even the sky. Now let's move to the rhetorical devices used in this poem by Maya Angelou. Alliteration. In line 10, we have seldom see, SS, worldwide. And in line 25, we have worms waiting. In line 28, shadow shouts. Assonance is also used by Maya Angelou in Caged Bird. In line 3, we have dips his wing. Here, the internal vowel I is repeated in the 3 words. In line 5, we have dares and claim. And in line 12, we have his wings clipped. More examples of assonance can be found in line 17, unknown, longed for, the vowel O. And in line 19, distant hill, the vowel I. And finally, in line 25, dawn, lone. The last rhetorical device used by Maya Angelou is repetition. Repetition can be seen in lines 28 and 29. His shadow shouts, his wings are clipped. Here, the possessive pronoun his is repeated at the beginning of the 2 lines.